What is going on, everybody? Oh, maybe not, maybe yes. There we go. Forgot how to run the podcast. A little rusty, man. It's been quite some time since we've been running the podcast every Friday. Also, just looking up, we've had our ninth car breakdown of the week. Looking up at the title of this video, we're actually joined by Mark with Trace Bill, not Trackball. So I'm gonna blame that one on also being a new Mac user and not understanding how spell check works, and again being in a rush from 20 car breakdowns. But we're all safe. Everybody made it to their destinations. We're only 1 minute late to start the show, so I'm not gonna complain about that. Let's get right into it with Mark. What is going on, man?
Hey, Alex. How's it going, brother?
Good, man. Good. Sorry, we're a little rusty over here, getting back into the whole podcast gig,
Absolutely. Well, we just gotta keep making it happen. How many have you made? How many episodes?
Oh man, I don't know. From the first podcast, I think we got 30, 40, 50 deep. And at this point, I think we're also in the 50s, 60s, or 70s. But we had a stretch where we started focusing a lot more on the real world content. And then this sit down format just kind of suffered a little bit because we were on the road nonstop. And so I think it's been a solid 3 months since we've been consistently every week doing this.
Nice. Well, yeah, thanks for having me, bro.
Yeah, of course, man. Let's get right into it. How did you end up in logistics?
Yeah, it's kind of, I think a lot of like kids here in the United States when they're looking for work in sales. I think brokering is a good path to try and learn that skill. So
I mean, just answer me this. Were you recruited straight out of a campus job fair?
I was not. No.
Okay. All right.
No,
all right.
but
for some reason, that's what I thought you were about to say.
A lot of the reps over at Arrive, for sure, that's what it was. Straight out of that college job fair.
So let's start there. So you ended up Arrive was your first actual position within logistics.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, and they didn't get you out of the job fair. So how did you end up there?
I was it was late 2019 and moved to Austin because the job market was so good, and I applied to 150 jobs, and Arrive came back to me. They're like, "Yo, what's up? How's it going?" And
so you hit them with the old spray and pray, and that's how you ended up in trucking.
Yeah, exactly. And then we get into I had no idea what freight was. No, and it's a whole different universe.
I think most people just think that stuff magically appears on the store shelves. I mean, I know I did. I know most of us do. It's I used to be a plumber, and my old boss used to say the same thing. Nobody thinks about where the toilet goes once it's flushed. The
crazy thing too is you're a kid, you're on the highways, you do a road trip, you don't even think about the trucks. You're just that's a huge thing. What is inside of it? And then
not even do you not think about the trucks, you're mad at the trucks for driving so slow in the right lane.
Yeah, exactly. And they're literally fueling the economy, the world. It's kind of silent in a way. I mean, it's just they're just doing their thing.
No, I mean, logistics is the largest industry that nobody knows anything about. That's for sure.
And I mean, and it's kind of when you start looking at the numbers, it's it's friggin' $1 trillion industry here in the United States alone, and worldwide it's 12 to 14, something like that. So it's a great industry to be in.
I've been saying it for a long time. I think Netflix really needs to get on the whole day in the life of a broker, a dispatcher, a driver, and do a storage wars style show where it's just the reality of it, not the cookie coded corporate version, the legitimate actual day to day of trucking, because trucking and logistics is actually a really cool industry.
I would argue how Wolf of Wall Street is this popular film, but I think brokering is actually more wild than stock brokering.
I think so too, because it's not you even need any you don't need any classifications. You don't need to have any prerequisite to be a freight broker. So I think it is more Wild West than Wall Street, because at least at Wall Street you need to pass some kind of a test and you need some type of a license. So I would
exactly. Yeah. I mean, some of the content that gets put out between a dispatcher and a broker is just hilarious. I was thinking what would be so funny is if you kind of did a bit a Instagram page or something where you just cold call brokers and mess with them.
No, yeah. I mean, there's shorts like that nonstop, but they're like random, like one post from one guy randomly, you know. But yeah, I think if you just had like a nonstop dedicated page just to like the squabbles between brokerages, carriers, and like truck drivers, I think that would like honestly just like
it'd
you
be
have nonstop content. Like,
it'd be fun. Yeah.
all right, let's not get too off track here. All right, so you end up in Arrive. What do you end up doing in Arrive? It's 2019. They reply to your resume. You end up there. What happens next at that point?
Yeah, so start there and get training, and literally at the very end of training, um, COVID hits, and so all the companies are like freaking out. And there, we were probably a class of like 18 to 20 new hires, and all of us got put on, like all of us except three or four got put on furlough, which is just like, hey, you're still an employee, but you're not going to work. We're not going to pay you. So
Okay, yeah, so that's
I,
basically like you're not like gonna work here. It's just
yeah, and like a few guys like took that as like, oh, there, this is just a soft fire, you know.
literally, yeah.
And so I don't know, being not thinking like that, I was just like, whatever, I'll just go chill with my family. So I got to kick it with my family for like 3 months at the beginning, and then as the
Dude, that's
market started,
literally how I ended up in Serbia, dude. Like it was exactly the same situation. They were like, you can't work because you're a plumber, you can't go anywhere. I was like, I'm gonna come out here for like a month of vacation. I have not left.
yeah, dude, that literally that like 2 to 3 months with my family. It was, I have three siblings, all four of us together, like as adults. Like, when is another time that like you could ever do that? It
Yeah,
was
that's what I did. Yeah, I chilled with both sides of my family during that period. Like that was honestly like
yeah,
one of those small blessings. You know, obviously that was like
yeah,
a horrible period in the world for everybody, but I mean,
yeah,
there was those
exactly.
small like little good things that turned out from that.
Yeah, and we were like, us as siblings were like, dude, this is so sick. We get to do this. It was terrible. Like I'm not like, it wasn't a great time, but
Yeah, let's not
you know,
glorify the
yeah,
actual
let's go
pandemic.
back. So three months later or
Oh
so,
yeah, let's go
arrive.
back. Let's just take us through the
Yeah,
training program also. I mean, I know you obviously had that kind of interrupted things, but what's like the timeline and the process like of that Arrive training program roughly like
it's about like 4 weeks.
4 weeks? Okay,
And
so that's
then
actually pretty decent. Most places like 4 days.
yeah, so I mean, the 4 weeks is really good. And then like throughout the whole process, like throughout the whole 5 years I was there, like, or I was always iterating on that sales, like on the training process. Cause like when COVID was so crazy, you needed so many bodies. You just needed to get people on the floor to move freight. Cause like Arrive expanded like to like maybe $2 billion or something like that during that
Yeah, you
time.
just needed
Um,
butts and seats. It was the
you
same thing on
needed,
the carrier
so
side
so
at the
then
same time.
training was like a week during that period. But as the market started changing, then okay, now we need more sophisticated reps. We got to give them more information. So yeah, it was about 4 weeks, and then you get assigned to a mentor, and then you kind of sit on their book for 3 to 6 months, learn the game as you build your book. And then you kind of go on your own and then really try and start making things happen.
Yeah, that's cool. So you go through the training. Obviously, you have those little interruptions. This is that. Eventually, I'm assuming you start getting your own customers, or how did that go?
Yeah, yeah. It's like you kind of learn how to negotiate with the existing reps book. You learn how to book loads. It's like
No,
that
no, no. I
comfortability.
understand that the entire training
Oh,
process. I'm saying so after
yeah.
all of that, like maybe a couple months down the road, you started getting your own book. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And you just start you try and find like the loads that like sit on the board all day. And then you kind of you call in those regions. Those are the loads that, the main reps don't really care about. And then that's how you
I
start
like
building
the
your book of
honesty
business.
of just like exactly how corporate America is. Like that's like literally what it is, right? Like there's loads that people just do not care about because it's just like not enough
Yeah.
margin, tough to cover. So like what for whatever reasons, you know.
Exactly. So like you kind of scramble into like those loads, you get some of those relationships. So like mine was Oregon, Washington for some reason. I had like, I want, those are beautiful states. I'm just going to call it there. Um, and then I started, seeing, okay, there's a lot of loads, Washington to Georgia, Washington to New York, Washington to Chicago, and vice versa. So it's kind of just building a book that way.
No, no, of course. I mean, obviously, you got to start somewhere with building your book. How long did you end up spending at Arrive? So you got there in 2019, and when did you stay there the whole time?
Yeah, I stayed at Arrive until July of last year
Oh, okay. So
to go
you're like
after a trace bill.
almost 7 years deep, huh? 6 years.
6 years, yeah, yeah.
All right, man. So let's talk about it. What caused the exit, and that'll segue us, I guess, into now. I mean, you have a nice simple story. One company for a long period of time. There's not too many jumps going on. So I mean, what forced you out, and what forced you into this idea?
A couple of things I'd say. My business partner, co-founder Suk, him and I we always wanted to start our own business. We thought that was, it excited us. And so we were just riffing on ideas and we came across like this paperwork perspective where we think that, I hated sitting in my seat as a rep and having to ask my dispatcher for I'm getting hounded by the customer rep for paperwork, and then I'm asking the dispatcher for paperwork and they're not getting it to me, then they're yelling at me. I'm like, dude, this is so inefficient. It's a game of telephone. Like, let's try and make this much more streamlined. And then I was just frankly burnt out from years of just
Yeah, just
constant
grinding out
negotiation,
freight.
grinding. Yeah, and it's not an uncommon experience for reps to get
No,
burnt
it's not
out,
even not even
and
close to uncommon.
yeah, yeah. And so you make some bread, you get a taste of of the good life, and then I mean, I know I could always go back to brokering. I have that experience now, but we're actively going after building Tracebill, digitizing paperwork at the pickup and at the delivery, more streamlined, stuff like that.
Yeah, so I mean, let's go through it properly, right? So what's the idea behind the company? Obviously, it's solving the missing paperwork, missing POD, the fingers in the POD. I mean, let's not, let's call a spade here. Like missing PODs and improper like PODs is literally one of the largest issues in this industry, minus obviously like the fraud theft stuff that's been happening. So
Yeah.
what are you guys doing? What's the plan here to solve that?
So our plan is initially like we partner with brokerages, and then they assign a carrier to a load, and then that starts the whole workflow. But being multiple stakeholders in the industry, shippers, receivers, brokers, carriers, we are quickly learning that getting that alignment is difficult. However, I think um, we are just working hard towards getting out there, educating more, building that network. I hope that answers your question.
No, yeah, I mean, like, we'll obviously dissect it a little bit, but I mean, one of the best LinkedIn posts I ever read that kind of changed my perspective a lot in business. I don't remember, it was like a while ago who made it, but something to the effect of the bigger the problem you solve, the more money you can make doing it. So obviously, you guys are in a tricky situation, right? Because missing paperwork and like this whole POD crisis, this is like one of the largest issues in this industry. So, I mean, take me through kind of the process. What do you guys think can bridge that gap between the driver not sending the POD to his, dispatcher, or maybe he is the, an owner op? What do you guys think is the solution to getting, the POD from the driver to whoever needs it, aka the broker, the shipper, whoever the customer is, right?
Well, I mean, like we've had drivers try like use Tracebill just as a pilot, so making it as easy as possible for them. So that's literally just like it's like ordering from Uber Eats or something like that. Like the interface is so easy. You can order a pizza right now by clicking three buttons. Like that's
Yeah,
how
I
easy.
honestly like that sales pitch. Yeah, that's actually sick.
Yeah, and I have drivers. They're like, I'm sick and tired of having to upload five
Yeah,
BOLs,
then
and
you got to go to
I
like the document scanner. You got to scan 5, 6, 10, 12 pieces of paper. Then you got to either email
yeah,
it, text it to somebody. Then you sent it to your like carrier department. Maybe they're busy, they forgot, and then the broker's gonna ask, and you got to send it to him. And then, like it's just,
yes,
it
yeah,
isn't like you said. You can order a pizza in 3 clicks. You can't send a POD in 3 clicks.
yeah, exactly. And I see like like the aspect where oh shoot, I lost my train of thought, but I think that um oh yeah, like when a BOL has say like 5 pages and a fact they send it to factoring and page 2 is missing, it doesn't get approved.
Doesn't get
like
factored. It doesn't get
like
paid. Yep.
yeah, so it's like let's create a system where it's more transparent, more available, so people can get paid faster. People like money faster. like, like,
That's another good tagline, bro. People do like money fast.
yeah, let's get
No, but
people
I mean, this
paid.
is where I'm at with it, right? Like, this is where I'm at with it with the industry because I was on the carrier side. Now I'm on the broker side. I've struggled to get the POD from my own driver as a carrier. I'm definitely struggling to get the POD from the carrier as a broker. And this is where I'm at with the entire process and the entire waste of paper and trees and resources. Like, how is it 2026? We even have physical PODs and BOLs. Like, how is that even possible? Like, how is there not like a centralized app or a centralized website or system in place where every single shipment is within that place or some multiple apps or whatever you want to, however you want to do it. The
Yeah,
fact that PODs are still not digitalized fully 100% is like pretty insane to me, right?
yeah. I mean, when you order, UPS or FedEx, like all that is digitized. It's like, why has that not made it into the freight, like the truckload world?
Yeah, I mean, we
um
touched on it when we had our preliminary call, how we met each other, right? Where it's like most people in trucking and logistics believe, it's been working for 100 years, 50 years, 20 years. Like, why are we going to
mhm.
change it? But
Yeah,
I mean, it's
exactly.
it's because it's inefficient. That's why we need to change it, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I think, I mean, my biggest belief is kind of like creating a more trustworthy environment. And I think this industry does not have a lot of trust. I mean,
No,
just
no. I
plain and
mean, everybody's
simple.
scarred. Everybody has PTSD. Everybody's scarred. Nobody trusts anybody anymore after the past 5, 6, 7 years of this industry, especially. And I mean, this is another thing. I never even thought about this. We just touched on the word trust, right? Like, if everything's digitized and assigned to a specific person, email carrier, does that not make it more secure, right? Like, because you can't get loaded unless you have the credentials or login info for that load for that BOL. How are you going to leave the shipper without the BOL, right? Like, it's not a piece of
Hmm.
paper. I feel like
Hmm.
that would actually add a huge layer of 2FA security into the process, right? You can't load the truck without the login to the BOL, something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I mean, I think like our perspective is like this is just dream scenario, right? Like it could be like just a centralized database where like all this is going on. It's like, hey, like, what is your trace bill login? Like I'll send it there, and then it creates more trust in that instance. But I mean, if
I
somebody's
think
listening
the
to
biggest
this,
issue, like I think the biggest issue you guys face in any startup that has like actually a good idea is the fact that this industry is just so monopolized to the point where like getting anybody to even consider creating a new default for anything being one company that nobody's heard of is like it's like insanity, right? Like you're literally going David and
yeah,
Goliath. Like,
yeah, no, that's it. It is a David and Goliath concept, and also like that's me friggin' being this guy in my apartment thinking about this grand idea. Like nobody else cares, So
nah, no,
we got
that's
to.
not true. That's not true, right? Like we've all seen the LinkedIn post, we've all talked to our drivers. Like we all do daily deal with this and we all do daily care. It's just how many of us have had the time, effort, resources, ability to sit down and actually think of a solution, right? Because we all just like cry about it. Like we all are mad about it. I had a post get
Hmm.
like 80,000 views once saying like I'm gonna teach drivers how to take pictures of PODs. So like
Hmm.
it's obviously a topic that we've all thought of at least once every month, basically. So it's not that
Yeah.
nobody cares. It's that nobody's actually tried to fix it, I don't think. Like,
Well, and it is. I mean, there's validation. Like I get, people. I mean, even you come in and be like, "Yo, like I'm curious. I want to learn about this." And when we had our original conversation, and then like a lot of my ex colleagues, like they're like, "Bro, I've wanted a product like this for so long," but it like because everybody's affected by taking time out of their day to get paperwork, and like it's yeah. So that's our big massive
No, I
audacious
mean
goal, right?
there's that thing Ryan Paul said. I mean, I'm sure he's not the one who created this thought or this idea, but he's the one that like shared it somewhere where I saw it, and it was like the difference between the idea and the company is the entire middle part, which is the absolute hardest part. Right? Like we've all had the idea, like how do we fix this? None of us have thought of that middle part to get to
Yeah,
the finish
yeah,
line, you know. So I
yeah.
mean, what are you guys excited about? I know you guys are obviously still early on, you know, but what do you guys in a perfect world, how like what are some of the wins you guys have like seen? What's some of the progress you guys are making towards solving this?
I think wins are um, like big name brokerages like considering us, and the idea, um, and that's like on us to really kind of be better in the whole sales process, lead them towards like a larger, I
Yeah,
guess,
so okay,
a big
let's go
win.
down. Let's do like a little role play, I guess, for lack of a
Yeah.
better word. So like, say
Hmm.
I'm like the biggest brokerage. Let's say I'm like a three-letter brokerage that we all know of, right? And I'm
Yeah,
like, hey
yeah.
man, I'm ready to take your product. What does your product look like at its current state? What if you guys had that, life-changing phone call tomorrow? What can you deploy? What is the solution here?
The solution is you plug into their TMS, and if a shipper's aligned, say, let's say like Walmart, right? Like they
Yeah,
start
let's stay on the massive
massive,
corporation
yeah.
spectrum. Yeah.
So hey, okay, like big name brokerage, they get like 100 loads a day for Walmart, and they're aligned on trace bill because there's visibility concerns. Hey, is that load loaded? Is that load delivered? I mean, moving that kind of volume right now, it would be really difficult. But like, let's just say 5 loads a day. All right,
Oh yeah,
is
yeah.
the
No, I'm not saying can you guys handle an enterprise like customer tomorrow. Like that
yeah,
wasn't the question. Just like what
yeah.
happens if
Yeah,
that
what happened?
happens.
And so, yeah, like a broker doesn't change his workflow. A shipper, as far as processes, with the way that we want to do it is uploading on a secure URL to that specific load that is from the TMS. Driver signs on their phone, and everybody has access to that. The broker can, advance shipping notices. What
Yeah,
is
so I
on
was
the truck?
actually just before I lose my train of thought because I'll probably forget if I let you finish. So apologize for that. But so long story short, if that all played out like that, I just realized that you could actually also technically be like an update system, right? Because brokers could
Yeah,
log in and see that the shippers uploaded the BOL or that the drivers uploaded the BOL. So now you know
exactly.
that it's signed. You can look at it and you know he's loaded or he's unloaded.
Exactly.
So
Yep.
technically, you guys are also playing a double whammy where like you are now also the update system, like the concrete update system, right?
Exactly. And I mean, even like a pain that I experienced using like MacroPoint or something like that, like where
I just don't
drivers,
trust it. Honestly, I just don't trust it, bro. Like, what am I supposed to
well,
say? We
I mean,
have all of those, like,
I'm curious, like, but I know a lot of reps have had this mistake where it's like, okay, you look at tracking, oh yeah, that load's loaded, cool, market loaded, all right,
yeah, he's
a
not
day,
loaded. He just left.
two
He was
days later.
mad, bro.
Yeah, exactly. That hey, the customer, that product's still at our shipper. Like, are you going to get a truck in here? It's like, oh
Yeah, bro.
no. And then
Yeah, bro.
you
Yeah.
got managers messaging you.
No, we
Like,
have that situation where we tell everybody, especially like unloading is a little different because once like they're unloaded, like, they can't really disappear with your product as easily. But
yeah,
we have that rule out here where it's like for loaded. It doesn't matter if we put like a comment if the guy doesn't answer where it's like loaded per tracking, but that's not a concrete answer, right? Like we have
yeah,
definitions here
exactly.
where we do not mark loaded until somebody has either emailed us, answered the phone, and confirmed it, right? Because like you said, like we had that situation once, right, where the guy left, and then like the next day, and then they called us like, hey, like that guy didn't get loaded, and then we
Yeah,
called him, and he's like, I was there for 42 minutes and nobody loaded me, so I left. And I was like, you didn't
yeah,
like tell anybody that, bro. Like, you didn't think that was
exactly.
like
Yeah.
that's like
So
to me that's a freight guard, but we don't do that out here. We just move on from those types
yeah.
of people. But
Well,
that's a
that's
whole
kind
different
of
story. Like
that's what, like, say if you have like a 10 p.m. pickup and nobody's working, you might have some ops, but like they're managing other loads too. It's like, all right, let's go to the source of truth, which is the paperwork. All right, is that paperwork
yeah,
in the system?
in
Is
our
it
hands.
signed?
Yeah.
Okay, now you don't have to that update. You're like, oh, this
Yeah.
is loaded. You know?
Yeah. I mean, like you said, because the problem is a lot of the times the drivers will get the paperwork and then send it to dispatch, or like just not send it to anybody, and then you're still wondering, right? But if this system is super automated, then it can't. Like it's just done when it's done. Like there's no
That's
waiting for
you
somebody to do anything, you know?
exactly, and that's extra work on you guys. You know, you guys having to call extra
That's
confirm
tons
that
of
it
it.
is.
That's an
It's like,
entire department that we fabricated just to deal with this problem. Like we didn't have to
yep,
build that department, but we did have to because nobody else has a solution for it.
right, right. So that is a
Yeah,
big
take me
bonus.
through your next 6 months, man, as we start to wrap up here. I mean, what does the next 6 months look like for you guys? I know you're looking for pilot customers, this and that. I mean, take me through your next like 3 to 6 month roadmap as we kind of close off here.
3 to 6. So it's May right now. I think I'm going to be hitting conferences, so kind of more around like freight fraud and shipper conferences. Um, and
Yeah, that's for sure where you guys
I think
belong.
still hitting LinkedIn every day. Start making like short form content probably, and cold outreach, keeping the connections warm. I mean, this is a long term play. You know, it's not.
No, of course.
It's so. I mean, long term games with long term people. That's the way that I see it. So. Yeah, and then 6 months becomes a year. You know, next May, let's have another
Oh
podcast.
yeah. No, 100% will bring you back. I mean, I was actually just reflecting on it today, man. I can't remember where I was. I was just sitting, I think, having a coffee, and I looked back through my LinkedIn and I was like, man, I started this podcast 2 years ago. I was
That's
like it
sick.
feels like 4 months
Yeah,
ago. It feels like, yes, I remember like literally the day I went out on my own to do this. And I was looking
dude.
at it today. I'm like, man, I started all of these things in 2024. I was like, dang,
Dude,
man, it's
and the
been.
coolest thing too, bro, is like you're freaking taking action. Like you see something, you're like, I'm gonna go do it. Like I just that's the number one thing, and I love seeing that.
No,
So
I think with the whole content game, right? Because LinkedIn really did change my life. Like I've always preached that, right? Like everything in my life work related right now, even like very close friends of mine that we talk to about like not work related stuff. Like everybody I met kind of through this platform, and it was more like just get started, right? Like we had some kid yesterday, I can't remember his name, and I'm sorry if I'm calling him. I don't even know how young he was. He looked like
mhm.
younger. You know, I'm pretty young too, so. But I mean, he made a post yesterday that, or the day before, that was like something, I double dog dare you to do something, and I was like, it looked like it was like his first LinkedIn posting. I had like no comments, no likes, and I
Yeah,
was like I like made a comment. I was like, oh, I guess you like challenged yourself to make this post today, and he's like, yeah, I did, and then it like his whole shit kind of blew up because I commented on it. Everybody started commenting on it, and it was just
yeah.
like nice to see somebody just get out of their comfort zone and say like, yeah, I'm just gonna start posting today. He goes, I don't know what I was supposed to post. This is my best idea for
Dude,
today.
nobody knows what to post, you know? It's like you just
Hey,
gotta do it.
I started making fun of brokers. That was how I started posting. I knew exactly what I was gonna post when
Yeah.
I started, but yeah, like it's just that first step, and it's like getting through the feeling awkward about things. And I mean, action, without action, you can't do anything in life, right?
Yeah, yeah, and just being willing to like mess up and then learn from that, and just yeah, just keep staying in the game, basically.
Yeah, literally. Like you can't lose if you don't quit. Like,
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
you can
Yeah,
only lose if you exit logistics. That's the only way you're losing in this industry. But all right, man, we got
exactly.
our final question here. You know, we're getting back into our groove here. It's the final question of every podcast: chicken wing choices. So you're gonna have some questions about chicken wings, and we're gonna start with: do you like drums or flats?
Uh, I think flats. Yeah, yeah.
Do you do that thing where you break the bone and like pull out the meat? Like, do you do that?
No, no, no. I just
So
get after it.
you're an anarchist, eh? Like you
Yeah.
break them and don't even eat them the cheat code way. Like that's
No, no.
that's that's actually a pretty wild answer.
Dude, to be completely honest, like I'm gonna get some hate for this, but I like some tendies, bro. Give me some tendies.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying nobody's gonna say that they don't like chicken nuggets and stuff, but I mean, if you have the choice of chicken wings and like chicken tenders, I think you're like that's the wrong choice. Anyways,
Yeah,
off
yeah.
topic. You
My
should
friends
actually
would say the
probably.
same thing too. They'd be like, they think I'm a terrible person for
Yeah. If you
doing.
choose chicken tenders over chicken wings, you actually do deserve to
Yeah.
like be looked that a little funny. But
Yeah, yeah.
breaded or non-breaded?
I think. Wait, is that like fried or
Yeah,
is
like
that the
fried
difference?
or like just the skin, I guess. Like,
I think fried.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's good.
yeah.
And then we're going blue cheese or ranch for your dipping sauce.
Blue cheese.
All right, you know what? Like you recovered heavy here. You went, you got the first one super wrong, but then and then you did the whole chicken tenders thing. That was kind of out of left
Yeah,
field, but you
yeah.
brought it back with two right answers at the end. So
Let's go. Let's go.
hey, it was great to have you on, man. I look forward to seeing what you guys are going to accomplish. Obviously, this is a goal that we all want to see fixed. So, I mean, keep in touch. We'll bring you back on, in like 3 to 6 to 9 months or whenever you guys, have some big break. Let me know.
Yeah, I really appreciate it, man. And I'm just happy, that we're homies. And thank you for doing this. So
Yeah, I mean, bro, listen, at the end of the day, the moral of the story is if you didn't start posting on LinkedIn and you weren't honest and your content didn't hit and it didn't come from a genuine place, we wouldn't have ever had a conversation, right? So that goes
yeah,
out to everybody starting anything. I mean, just post. You never know. Like, I mean, I have a podcast, man. Like, I have a
yeah.
podcast studio in my house. I never thought I would have that. Like, I just started
Hmm.
posting on LinkedIn to have some fun, man. And here we are. So,
Yeah, yeah. It's freaking sick. So
yeah, man. Enjoy your
all right,
Friday, enjoy your weekend, and definitely keep in touch about it.
all right. Later,
Take it
brother.
easy, bro. All right, that's going to wrap up our podcast. I'm sorry one more time to Mark about the misspelling of his company's name. It is Tracebill, not Trackball, but hopefully that won't happen again. Take it easy, everybody. Happy Friday. Enjoy your weekend. And we'll be back either live or recorded most Fridays around noon central. So catch us when you see us. And that's going to be it for me.